Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Hector over there just had some kind of wild reaction. I don't know what was going on, but he came out of the cutscene and like started spamming emotes. Maybe it was just because I was there, or maybe he had some wild reaction to whatever we're about to see. But let's find out about that island right there, I assume. See what we're looking at. 'Cause I'm betting it's that island right there. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? Yep. What about that one? Have you the means to fly? It is quite a distance away. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. I can once I get the ether currents, but not yet. To meet Argos. Oh, hi Argos. Hey, it's Argos, my friend. Would you mind creating a double to carry Kassandra here over to that island? Wow, Argos knows us from this long ago. Stubborn creature, there is no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and still he remains abstinent in the presence of strangers. Interesting. Argos has rather exacting standards. Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. I met Argos on the moon. What? You've ridden him before? Your before, meaning my after. Not at all confusing, that. Interesting. 'Tis certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match. What? Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you are worthy of his back. And besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into the bargain. I read that wrong? You seem doubtful, but useful lesson or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember. Memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time? Sure, I guess. This memory turns out to be a bad one. Choose your battlefield. I admire your confidence. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. Considering he's not that far ahead of me, I'm assuming that's where he just went. And that's why he's like, readying for battle. Because, you know, it's like, oh, I have to fight Heidelin now. Oh boy. You're burying his face in disbelief, readying for battle. I can see that after that cutscene. So, I must have got here like right as he started though. Because that was not a very long cutscene at all. So, I wonder if Hector will even end up like seeing this video and finding out that he was in it. Probably not. But hey, if he does, leave if you're Hector Hectares, let me know down below. Shall we begin? Be warned, I'll not go easy on you. Worthy of his back. Duty calls. Actually, is this our first? I guess it's not our first, but it's definitely been a while. Oh, she's got freaking sword and shield, I see. Paladin S. Ooh. I think it already was at 100. Target's not in range. Ow. Oh my! Circle of Brilliance. Do I get any of these abilities as a paladin? Oh. Try something different, huh? Oh, she went dancer! Whoa! That's really cool! Rotation skill. Rotating. Saw that coming. Now that's not fair. I can't change freaking jobs but in combat. Am I getting yeah, I'm getting a little bit of regeneration. I'm noticing. Have light regeneration. Not very high, but I do have some. Prepare yourself. Push out ability. Yeah, I think she's gone white mage now. Oh, Vuln up. Vuln up is never a good thing to have. True Stone. Yeah, I think she's basically gone like Conjurer more or less. Oh my gosh! That ability! Might me with your I shall. Ta-da! A little bit of this, a little bit of that. True Blink. Oh boy. This again. Did she go back to Paladin? She did. Neat. Why did I get Vuln up on that? I was definitely out of there. Also, I really couldn't have gone any faster, game. I'm just saying. Let's move to the final trial. Oh no. Like, I would like to use my rapier skills, because I have so much mana built up. But I really can't. These are like purely range combat. Also, these like agape ones apparently do big freaking, like they have big freaking health. Uh-oh. They're not transcended their limits. I think I lose. But like, how was I to win? Like, I couldn't kill them that fast. Usually when they get to 100 like that, it's a one-hit kill. So I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen, is I'm gonna lose. Yep. There it is. How do I kill them faster, though? Because I legitimately, there is no going faster than that. Ow? I don't remember her using that skill prior. But like, I have skill cooldown, like cast times and such. So like, how do I do faster? Ow, nope. I missed that one. Frickin' hitting buttons and the wrong buttons. I hope I don't need to level like a different class to get through this. You would think they would have it balanced so that you wouldn't need to. But like, I legitimately have no clue how to like handle that. Oh, that was my Vuln going down. Okay. I was like, why did I just get Vuln? like right there? That's annoying. But no, that was the Vuln going away. That makes me feel a bit better. I just can't attack during this at all. I don't have the cast time. Like, the cast times are too long. Like, my cast times would have been too long for that. Alright, we're back to Conjurer / White Mage, which was honestly fairly easy to deal with. Just gotta stay away from the wind. Target is out of range. Oh my gosh. Okay. I didn't think about, like, I can get pushed through, like, the singular ones. I didn't think about that. Oh my gosh. Really? Definitely should have avoided that. I will say, if this is an indication of what freaking Endwalker final content is gonna be, this is rough, dude. 'Cause I don't know how to kill these things any faster than what I'm doing. Sorry if I'm being relatively quiet here, but I'm a little focused. Now why did... And then there's that! I'm assuming that's a case of like, oh, this did like a critical hit or something. What the... Like, what? I thought, like, well, maybe I can try an AoE, but no, that doesn't work either. $71. I mean, is that enough? It's not 100, so... The fact that I just barely managed that, though, tells me I still did something horribly wrong. Considering that one, like, batch of Thelema gave her 54%. Oh my god, yeah, no, that was terrible. Oh yeah. Freaking, I had, what, like a couple thousand hit points left after that? No, I still did that wrong. I don't know what you're supposed to do there, then. Because, like, again, that was me launching every freaking attack I could. I mean, yes, I don't think I used my freaking, Fletch or Contra Sixth, during that, and that might have taken out, like, one more. But, like, enough to make that do way, like, vastly less damage? I mean, unless you just do end up with, like, no health, no matter what. Made the mistake with Esm. It really does make me wonder if we'll ever see Asm or not. I would like to see myself in the, you know, in this time. Never forgets his favorites. Hence, in the future. So, I think this on its own basically confirms that, like, everything that we're doing here in the past, right, has been something that has happened in, like, the future. Or, like, is something that has happened, so. 1 second. Alrighty. I just had to check on something. So, Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where the Matea made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us, rather than against us. A flower upon your return. Venat has Argos and his double-edged heel. Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below, and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. Oh boy. Approach Argos. Alright. So yeah, you might have noticed something, the thing pop up, after we were done with that cutscene. Somebody tried to report me for being too slow in a dungeon. And I didn't want to, like, show anything in case there was some, you know, private, you know, information or something that came up. But I got a notification about that, and I was like, okay. So, yeah, apparently people will try to do that. Try to report you. If you are the tank and are not, you know, wall-to-wall pulling, which I disagree with. So I reported them for kicking me from the dungeon because of that, so. Argos motions his back with his muzzle. He's been given the go-ahead to hop on. So, I don't know how that will play out. I don't really care, you know? Since it's pleasant, Argos clearly seems to think so. Like, I legitimately don't care if anything happens, but if somebody's gonna try to report me because I wasn't wall-to-wall pulling, then I'm not going to be happy. Oh, what was the name of that tree? No something. Ah, Notophorian. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? Whee! Brace yourself for the landing. I don't want you tumbling off at the last moment. Ooh, this music. They like to use this music. Oh, this one's like an automatic. I've used it a little bit.
私が補助しましょう。もう少し近くへ。
Whoops.
過去を見るには大まかに2つの手段があります。一つは当人がその記憶を想起している時に心の壁を越えて伺い見る方法。もう一つが場のエーテルに刻まれた記憶を読み解くという方法です。
Interesting.
魂に記憶が刻まれていくように世界に満ちるエーテルにだって歴史は刻まれていくのです。もっともそういったものは消えやすいので必ず読み取れるとは限りませんが、ともかくやってみましょう。さあ、目を閉じて。
Whoa! There we go!
いずれの個体にも損傷はなし、順調にそれぞれが目的とする星に向けて飛んでいます。およそ108サイクル後、すべての調査を終え、報告を送信する予定です。
108 cycles.
今回の伝達事項は以上。共有意識への接続を終了し、自
Yeah,
我
the
を復旧
shared
します。
consciousness. Interesting.
だってヘルメス、順調。よかったね。
本当によかった。ここまで失敗の連続だったからな。宇宙は常に予想を上回ってくる。人は未だ真理を掴んでなどいないのだと痛感させられた。
でも私たちみんなで試行錯誤いっぱいした。だから調査ちゃんと終わる。
そうだな。君たちの頑張りのおかげだ。
どんな答え返ってくるかな。生きる理由、命の意味、なんだ。
Oh, clicked again
こ
on
の中に
accident.
はアーテリスよりずっと進んでいる星もまだまだ原始的な星もあるだろう。築いてきた文化は違うだろうし、それどころか形状すら異なる知的生命がいるかもしれない。だとしたらきっとこの星で信じられているのとは全く別の命の捉え方をしているのではないかと思う。
全く別のはどんな？
想像もつかないな。けれどどんな答えが届いたとしても頭ごなしに否定したりせず考えていきたい。みんなに伝えて弁論してもらうのもいいだろう。その先で人だけじゃない一つでも多くの命が幸せを知れたらいいと思うんだ。メイティオン、自分は君に飛び方を教えたが歩き方は、生命としての生き方は到底教えられなかった。しかし長い長い旅の果てに君はきっとそれを知る誰かに出会うだろう。そうして答えを得て再びここへ帰ってきた時には君を大いに称え、
砂糖、ドバ ルバのリンゴで。
君は食べられないじゃないか。何か形にした方がいいのなら、そうだな。花を。
Flower.
いつかこの旅をやり遂げた君に心から花を贈ろう。
Very interesting. Very interesting.
あなたはどう思いますか？
Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days. Hermes is a gentle soul, and yet I couldn't say just by this moment alone. Hermes is a gentle soul, and yet he still seems like he's the one.
優しくとも彼の計画が望み通りの形で進むかどうかはまた別の話でしょう。
That's a good way of putting it. It does not take ill intent to beget ill.
何か意図しない事故や見落としがあって終末につながる要因を作ってしまう可能性も十分にある。そこで次の手を提案させてください。ヘルメスにもあなたの真実を、終末のことを話してみるのはどうでしょうか。本人に最悪を望む意志がないのであれば、それを阻止すべく知恵や力を貸してくれるかもしれません。それでは急いで彼を探さなければいけませんね。ひとまず元の島まで戻るとしましょう。
And now we're back. Dang it! It didn't let us actually stay there. So I guess that means that the current can't be on there, since it didn't let us stay on there to look for one. There are any number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in Catesis Hyperborea, the largest facility. It stands in Ethoselatikos Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder, Kassandra, for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world, do you not question how they find room for them all on so few islands? The answer lies within Catesis itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility, its magically constructed environs. 'Tis here, within those sprawling habitats, that the chief overseer and most of Elpis' observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the Neas, north of Poiton Oikos. So Hector must be in that cutscene that we just did. Which is actually really funny that I managed to get there first. Get there and get through that first. Before him. I wonder if he also struggled with Venet by any chance. It makes sense that he would. Venet was not easy. So I still feel like I did something wrong on that, just because it felt like something didn't, I was supposed to be able to kill those, right? And maybe I wasn't meant to be able to kill all of them, and maybe that's kind of the idea, but certainly if one batch gave her 54, I'm not meant to leave that many alive. So, the perks of being a lost flower. The academia student wears an expression of concern as she scans the horizon. You're a visitor too, aren't you? Perhaps you might be willing to help me then. Did you happen to see a blue-haired man in the area? She wouldn't have been wearing a mask. Or woman in the area, rather. I see. She and I are students of Academia and Niter, and we had intended to spend our downtime visiting Elpis together. We were just on our way when she realized she forgot something back in Enignoresis, so she ran back. And that was the last I saw of her. She can be a bit, how shall I put it, scatterbrained, so she may well have simply got lost on her way back. I would rather not search for her myself, for what if she comes back while I'm away? So if it isn't too much trouble, perhaps you'd be so kind as to look for her? Sure. Like us, she won't be wearing a mask, and so should stand out a touch. You'll find her in the area of Philomythus Notus in all likelihood. If you do come across her, could you help her out a bit? See if she makes it back. In the area of... Let's see, that's where that is. Oh, all the way over there. Good grief. Okay. I mean, she did say all the way back in Aganonoresis, or however you say it. I feel a little bad that I can't seem to say these freaking names, but, like, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce any of these. You know? I only took half a year of Greek in school. Actually, fun fact, I took a year of Spanish. Well, I think that was half a year as well, but I don't remember. Because I think that was the idea. I needed a full year, and I only took like half or something, or maybe I needed 2 years of a secondary language in order to graduate with what I did. My route appears to be mildly perturbed. Well, this is a pickle. Whatever am I to... Please tell me you're here to deliver a message from Cleon. You are a familiar, yes? Not quite. Azum's familiar. Oh, and I do like the name, Kassandra. But if you belong to Azum, what has become of our visitor from Amarat? He was meant to arrive some time ago. Our wildlife subjects are accustomed to the presence of long-term observers. When someone from outside of Elpis comes to visit, the reactions can be somewhat unpredictable and occasionally violent. Would you be so kind as to track down Cleon and see that no harm has befallen him? Visitors don't wear masks, so he should be easy to spot. If you do happen to find him in the process of being mauled, you have my permission to terminate the offending subject. Safety first. But yeah, I had to take, again, I think it was 2 years of some kind of secondary language. And I took Spanish at first, and like by the end of that school year, I was like, okay, I barely understand any of this. And so I just kind of like didn't pursue Spanish further. And also, my school only required 1 year for standard graduation, standard high school graduation. But I ended up getting, graduating with honors. I don't know if that's a thing normally or if that's just something my school did. So I don't know if that's like, oh yeah, I know what that is to other people, or if that's like, what the heck is that, I only know what my school did, But when it was decided that I was going to graduate with honors, in order to do that, I had to earn additional credits in another language. I had to take another year of, a foreign language. And so I decided to take Greek, because the idea was that I was going to take Greek and Latin, because I was going to go into my goal was, after I graduated, I wanted to go into, like, medical stuff, which really wasn't what I wanted, but it ended up being that I couldn't say no to my family, and that was what they wanted. And so, like, that's the path I, like, started down. Thank you for taking the initiative. Wasn't sure about the etiquette of destroying a creature under observation. I'm Cleon, recently arrived from Umrat. I assume Myra sent you to fetch me? Yeah, that's right. I see. Well, we'd best not keep her waiting any longer. Fear not, I will avoid upsetting any more of the local inhabitants. Bye, Cleon. Cool. Alright, let's go back to Anagnoresis. And we can do that. But yeah, so it was decided, like, okay, well, I'll take Greek. Because, like, a lot of names are written in either Greek or Latin. So, I was going to take both. Because, again, I needed, like, a full year of another language. But, you know, might as well just do both of them. But just do one year and then another the next year. And I got halfway through the Greek textbook that I was doing, and I was just like, I can't. I cannot. I don't understand any of this. And so my school being like, well, you only need half a year's credit anyway, so we'll call that half a year's credit in Greek, and you're going to take Latin, so then we'll just have you take Latin, you know. You're in 11th grade, we'll start you here, you know, at this point, and then next year, you know, you can just take the other half of the class, basically. And I was like, okay, that works. Yes, can I help you? Oh, wait. Do you need directions somewhere? Oh, wait. This is a girl, right? Yes, can I help you? Oh, wait. Do you need directions somewhere? Not to be rude, but I beg of you, ask someone else. I happen to be lost myself. Actually, I came to find you. What was that? A woman asked you to come and find me. That would be my friend, no doubt. How embarrassing. I'd hoped to keep this hopelessly directionless side of myself under wraps. I feel terrible leaving her like that, but I'd clean forgotten a task from one of my professors. I rushed back to collect the item I was asked for, which I found, thankfully, but got rather turned around when attempting to return. But don't you worry about me. I'll be just fine on my own. Now, if I'm right, then following this road east will lead me to a teleporter, I think. I mean, I know. You sure you'll be alright on your own? This with your friend anyway, I can escort you. You mean it, truly? Well, that is, I mean, if you're heading in that direction anyway, I don't see why I shouldn't tag along. Oh no, please, after you. If I'm able to get as far as the teleporter that connects to Point and Oikos, I should be able to make the remainder of the trip on my own. Now then, would you mind? Blue-haired student is now accompanying you. Awesome. I was like, so is this going to be a quest where they follow me? Because usually these kinds of quests are like, they don't. You know? I just like, go ahead, you know? Like, go ahead, I'll follow along. And then they just like head off. I really like that they've added this mechanic where people just follow you, so. But yeah, so my school was like, well, you know, since you've, you know, taken half of Greek and you only need another half a year, you know, you can just take half a year of Latin, like, you know, well, you were planning to take Latin next year anyway, and then you'll be good. And if you want to finish off the class, you know, take another half year, then, you know, in 12th grade, you just take the other half of the year. I was like, oh, that'll work fine. And then I got halfway through Latin, and I was like, nope, I understand this less than Greek. We ended up I ended up taking half of, you know, Latin, and then it was just like, no, we're good. I don't need to take the other half, and so I didn't. Unfortunately, I really learned very little from either of them. So I only know so much about the two languages, and as this all seems to be Greek based, I am a little unsure. So, what a relief it is to see familiar sight. Should be alright with you now. After all, it's just a straight shot from here to Poitin Oikos. Goodness, the earful I'm going to get from my friend. I've kept her waiting for far too long. Well, really should hurry. She's owed an explanation and a heartfelt apology. Do come see us, though. I'd like to thank you properly. Da-da-da-da! Alright, now we can go turn in both of these quests, because they are both green. And that will get us the last of the quest-based ether currents, aside from the MSQ. So, then it's just finding the rest of them. So, and right now it's saying there is an ether current still to the southeast, which again makes me suspect that it's like around this area and I just missed it. So I will look there. Probably once we're done with the quest, or what I'll do is I'll go looking for it like after this recording session. So thank you. Thank you for your help. Truth be told, when my friend dashed off, I'd assumed it was because she'd got an assignment from Mitron. Lo and behold, I was right. For I was studying at the words of Mitron in Academia Aniter, learning all we can about the engendering of aquatic life from that selfsame master. Mitron! Yeah, I remember that. Honestly, though, I have no idea why Mitron would ask me to procure a flower of all things. The one that's still undergoing testing in Elpis. It's very beautiful, yes, but what has it to do with ichthyology? Well, nothing, but that's the point, surely. It must be intended as a present, one meant for Logriff. Mitron is hopelessly enamored, as we all know. We do. This is certainly news to me, so now that you mention it, I suppose I have seen sparks between them. Wonder why I never noticed before. That settles it. We need to hurry back and begin an in-depth observation of their romantic entanglements. Can't believe I've wasted all this valuable research time lost among the trees. And I would have wasted even more if not for you, good lady. Now that my friend and I are together again, we can get back to the Academia and deliver the flower to Mitron before it wilts. But before we rush off, a reward. You certainly deserve it. Yeah! Ether current. Alright. Mitron and Logriff. I'm trying to think, because those do sound familiar as, like, names. Because, I mean, that would have been in, you know, Amarat, probably. So, like, maybe even something in Academia Niter itself. There are the words of La Habrea and Halmarat. The words of Mitron. I don't recall, though. Words of La Habrea, Phantomology. Like, I feel like I remember Mitron and Logriff, but I don't know why those names seem familiar. Aside from the words of Mitron being in that area. Like, have we heard anything about Logriff before? I don't remember. Logriff. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Right. That was the whole plot of freaking the Eden raids. Right. Matron and Logriff. That was literally the plot of those. Was that freaking Matron and Logriff were like in love, and Matron was like shattered, but like not completely, but Logriff was, and so then Logriff was Gaia, and then like, so then like Matron was like, well, we're meant to be together. And Logriff is like, I don't remember you anymore. And then Gaia and Ryan got together at the end. Kassandra, thank you for seeing to the safety of our guest. Indeed, my hesitancy to act would have ended poorly had your messenger not been there to shield me. I'm certainly glad that she was. Now, shall we proceed to the business of the day? I believe you had some concerns regarding your personal creations. Yes, as embarrassing as it is to admit, I was worried that the concepts I registered with the Bureau of the Architect may not be fit for release into the wild. Oh, you needn't feel embarrassed. You wouldn't be the first visitor we've had who's expressed difficulty in helping their children leave the nest. We can look in on them right now if you like. I should like that very much, but I do have one request. When you swooped in to rescue me from that beast, I was treated to an impressive display of battle prowess. An entity with your strength and instinct should be the perfect candidate for evaluating the worth of my modest creations. I must insist that you join us. Alright. What a fascinating notion. Yes, I quite agree with your assessment. And we all go together whenever you are ready, Kassandra. Sure. Maybe at some other point, though, because I'm totally not here just to get the ether current from you. Thank you, bye. I always feel bad. I always feel bad when the quest is like, hey, come back, help me out here. Let's do some other things. And you're just like, yeah, about that. It's just like, bye. Yeah, so about that. All I wanted was the ether current, so, bye. And the NPC's just like, she'll be back. Yeah, definitely. Yep. For sure. She'll definitely be back. Any day now. Any day now. 339 to the north. This appears to be the teleporter Vinat told you about. Motes of light yet hang in the air, suggesting the device was but recently activated. So I think we did miss one back in the other area, but it looks like there's still one in this area, since it said there was one to the north. So, I wonder, because we haven't gone to this section yet, but we're, almost done with this area, it seems. Ah, good. The natives acknowledged you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. As for the way to Katissa's Hyperborea, we follow this path, then turn left at the crossroads. Sounds good to me. Where does it say? Northwest. So, probably toward Katissa's, which I assume is that structure up there. So, cool. That's a big building. I can't even see the whole thing. It's so big. Whee! To the west. There it is. Well, it kept going straight. It kept going even though I had, turned. Ophiotoros. Guess I could just rapier this guy. Have the stuff. Boom. Dead. So yeah, I think this is meant to be the last ether current that you get, considering the MSQ up there. So that's interesting. Huh. 1,000 yalms directly south. Doesn't that put it here with the 12 Wonders, though? Maybe it is on Neo-Taforion, and I just somehow missed my chance? Is there a way back there? Is it, like, right over here? Give me a moment. You know how I like to have all of the ether currents before the MSQ one. So, let me take a moment on this. Sure enough, there it is. I missed it. It's just that simple. Cool. Alright. That is all of them. That's all of the ether currents. It shouldn't take me long to get back, though. So, I'll go to Poitin Oikos over here, and then we'll just journey back. And then once we're at Catesis, I will resume the video. So, let me go do that. Alright, well, here we are. Catesis Hyperborea. Huge building. Hey, Amrat music. Here we are, the grandest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is in another facility, as we have just discovered. Oh, hi, Emmett. And Hythlodaeus. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Metean, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emmett Selk. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents in the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, compared to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we failed to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads to our next subject. How did Hermes, in his role as Fendeniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth and would have known had Fendeniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that I am certain. It seems there is more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. Oh boy. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. Thank you for your understanding. Save your thanks. I did not say I believed your ridiculous story. But as Emmett Selk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. Quest complete. I'm going to assume that the next MSQ is going to give us the ether current, as well as probably a dungeon. Nope, not yet. Okay. Hunger in the garden. Hythlodaeus is eager to find Hermes. I think the time for leisurely exploration is past. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision. There he is, on the next aisle over. Meteion is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over there before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path. We can teleport to Mesopsis Eros from the device at the bottom of the slope. Ah, now we're going over there. Okay. Okay. We came here for a split second. Now we're going down that way. And I assume that's where the dungeon is going to be, too. It's probably... I'm going to bet it's Lethe. I'm going to bet that the dungeon is Lethe. I'm going, we're level 87. That should be a dungeon. So what's the dungeon? I'm going to assume it's Lethe. Lethe. I kind of know how to say that word, because it's in other games that I've played. It appears to be the teleporter to Mesopsis Eros. And there's the Hungering Gardens. They are close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That'd be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Well then, Kassandra, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, he would assume I was only there to press him on the Fendenial matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance of convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... Then again, perhaps Kassandra can handle them. She did survive a bout with Venet, after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do be prepared to come to blows with the garden's denizens. Alright, Mesopsis Euros. The Hungering Gardens. There is something up there, maybe? Not entirely sure. That might be off map. This here. That island. I'm assuming these other islands are as well. But that might also be off map. I'm not sure. Oh, what the frick? Oh boy. This isn't a freaking Void Scent prototype, is it? I mean, we don't know anything about how the Void became the Void, so... Aside from the fact that, you know, the imbalance occurred. Morbal Marquis. Marquis? Mobile Marquis? Not actually sure how to say that word either. Oh, Hermes. Hermes, Hermes, Hermes. I mean, he's somewhere around here. I just don't know where. I'm a little concerned about finding out, too. I'm a little concerned about just running around aimlessly because I feel like I'm going to get attacked. At the same time, I can probably handle it no problem, don't get me wrong. But, oh, there he is. I saw the meteor symbol. If you didn't know, this is Meteor. Like, all of the MSQ use the meteor symbol, so. Kassandra, what are you doing here? Thought you were keeping Hythlodeus and Emmett Selk company. I came to speak with you. An important matter, and unrelated to my decision on Fendeniel, you say? Then, yes, I will come as soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle exploration. Hi, Median. Taking notes. We'll talk later. Alright. I just didn't want to, like, aggro mobs, and then I, like, find Hermes, and I'm like, oh no, I've still got this thing aggroed on me. Or, like, 10 of them, you know? But now that I've dealt with that, I can leave with ease. Let's help out the northern side, just so that we can discover this area. Maybe. Maybe I won't do that. That's a long way down. I don't even know if it would let me. That's a long way down. It doesn't look like there's an easy way back up. So maybe I won't do that. Maybe I will leave the exploration of that area for when the game takes us there. So, or when we get flight. One of the two. You spoke with Hermes then, and we were briefly entangled with the denizens of the Hungering Gardens as well, I see. Or should I say, smell. I cannot speak for certain Convocation members, but I for one am impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let's pray that things will soon take a turn for the better. And as fascinating as it would be to meet the Emmett Selk who would recreate Amarat in the depths of the ocean, I think it best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass. Be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone, naive hope that is. Words without sound. Emmett Selk seems content to stay where he is. Hermes said he would not be long, yes? And we shall wait here until he emerges. Probably should have ended the episode, but I always like to pick up the next quest so that I know exactly where I'm going between recordings. And this is I've only been getting enough time to do like 2, so might have enough time for a third tonight. We'll see.
あるとも。まさしく信じられないような話がな。私たちにしたのと同じ話をしてやれ。お前が何者で何を求めてここへ来たのか。
Just gonna say this rapier goes really well with this outfit. Just saying. It came from the future where the final days are occurring. Somebody's trying to destroy all of life. We need your help.
We 私たちは今のところ終末の現象の数々はデュナミスによって引き起こされているのではと考えています。そしてここでそれを最も熟知しているのはヘルメス。一方であなたが望んで終末を起こすとは思っていません。ですので私たちは糾弾するためではなくその知恵をお借りするために来たのです。すぐに全てを信じるのは難しいかもしれませんが、この話を真実だとした場合の見解を聞かせてはいただけないでしょうか。
ベーネス様、 あなたまで。確かに2度の週末はいずれもデュナミスが作用したもののように思える。顕著なのは効果の現れ方だ。1度目の週末では創造魔法を暴発させ、再来した週末では人そのものを変異させている。この違いは両時代の人が有するエーテル量の差によって生じているのではないだろうか。
Interesting.
前にも話した通り、エーテルが少ない方がデュナミスとつながりやすい。旧来の人、
Yeah.
つまり自分たちは大量のエーテルを有しているためデュナミスとつながりにくい。そのため体ではなく行使する術の方に影響が出た。一方で未来の人は本当に世界が分割されるのであればだが、分かたれた分だけエーテルが薄い。よってディナミスの干渉を受けやすく、自身の変化を引き起こされたと考えられるだろう。ただそうなのだとすれば、真に注目すべき点は、
憶測でもいい。言ってみろ。
真に注目すべき点は、絶望や恐怖、負の感情によってのみそれらの現象が引き起こされているという点だ。
Right.
デュナミスは思いによって作用する力だからこそ、作用を受ける側と仕掛ける側が同じ思いを抱いていれば聞きやすくなる。
つまり週末は星の循環不全などではない。何者かが負の感情によってデュナミスを動かし、アーテリスを腐らせようとしていると。
とんだ不届き者がいたものだな。そいつの正体に心当たりは？
週末は天脈の薄い地域から本格化する。君はそう言ったな。天脈は星の一番外側にあるエーテルの流れだ。
So something outside of the star is causing the
もしも
problem.
デュナミスを用いた侵食が星の外から来ているのなら、真っ先に食い破られるのはそ
Right.
こになる。
So it something from outside came in through the weakness in the etheric currents, which is why it seemed like the etheric currents were the problem, because they were weak. But it's something beyond Aetheris, from another star.
こんにちは。聞こえますか？
Oh, Median.
私はあなたに敵対するものじゃありません。
Oh, are we
あな
about
た
to
の
find
音を
out?
聞き、思いを感じ、考えを知りたいのです。
Are we about to find out?
仲良くしてくれませんか？
メティオン、どうしたんだ？
時間になりました。自我をシャットダウンし、共有意識に接続。私たちからの調査報告をお届けします。痛い痛い、苦しいよ。やめて、熱い熱い、わかんない。寒いの、寒くて痛い。 悲しい。
メディオン、しっかりするんだ。
悲しい。怖いよ。寂しい。苦しい。どうして私たちこんな辛いよ。痛い。2回違う。こんなのダメ。
離脱した。いや、消えた。
体内のエーテル量を調節して環境と同化する迷彩だ。異性で出会った相手が友好的でなかった場合を想定して使えるようにしていた。優秀。でもちょっとまずいね、これは。私にも見えないよ。
お願い、来ないで。こんなの嘘。私の間違いだよ。だから
大丈夫ですか？
Oh boy.
いえ、私には姿を消す間際の一言しか。
彼女の言語によらずに心をつなげる対話術もデュナミスを用いたものなんだ。
Ah,
自分たちより君の方がつながりやすいのかもしれない。
right.
なら、お前は声を頼りにメイティオンを探せ。私たちも手分けをして探すぞ。どこまで肉薄できるかは怪しいものだがな。
Well, quest accepted. Well, yep. Things are going. Sorry, I think I was a little loud there. Things are going splendidly. Well, this is where we're going to end off today's episode. In the next episode, I have the feeling that we'll be going into a dungeon. And dealing with whatever just happened. Oh my goodness. Whew, boy. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, feel free to subscribe, especially if you don't know what's going to happen. That way you can find out what the frick is about to happen. With that, there's also a playlist. You can catch any episodes you might have missed, including what has brought us to this point. Holy frick. And with that, there's also a link to both Discord and Patreon down below as well. Feel free to check them out. It does help out the channel a lot. And with that, I'll see you all next time. Oh no. I said that I was going to be very upset if something bad happened to Meteon. Something bad just happened to Meteon. Oh no.